She posted, "Life's too short to settle for less than you deserve," after telling me I wasn't ambitious enough. I shared it with, "Couldn't agree more," and a photo of my resignation letter from our relationship. She realized too late what she'd lost. I, 29 male, never thought I'd be posting here, but I need to get this off my chest before I lose my mind. 3 weeks ago, my girlfriend of 4 years, Jessica, told me I wasn't ambitious enough for her. This was after I supported her through nursing school, covered most of our rent while she studied, and celebrated every single one of her achievements like they were my own. The conversation happened on a Tuesday. I remember because I'd just gotten home from a 12-hour shift and found her sitting at our kitchen table with what I now recognize as her "we need to talk" face. "David, I've been thinking," she started. "I already knew this wasn't going to end well. I feel like we're in different places in life." I sat down, exhausted. "What do you mean? You're just comfortable. You never push for more. You've been at the same place for 3 years. I got promoted twice. But you're not driven. Look at Richard." Ah, yes. Richard. Her study buddy from nursing school who just happened to land a job at the same hospital. Richard who texted her at 11 p.m. about work stuff. Richard who she definitely wasn't involved with, allegedly. He's already applying for charge nurse positions. He has a 5-year plan. What's your 5-year plan? I stared at her. Save money. Maybe buy a house, travel a bit, be happy? She shook her head like I'd said I wanted to live in a cardboard box. That's what I mean. You have no ambition. The thing is, I knew this speech. Her sister had given the same one to her ex before trading him in for a guy with a Tesla. Jessica had called her sister shallow at the time. Funny how perspectives change. "So what are you saying?" I asked, though I already knew. "I think we should take a break. I need to focus on my career, and I need someone who matches my energy." I nodded, didn't argue, didn't beg, just said, "Okay." She seemed surprised by that. Expected tears maybe. Drama. But I was too tired, and honestly, part of me had seen this coming since Richard started showing up in every other conversation. I moved out that weekend. Found a studio apartment closer to work. She kept our place. Her name was on the lease anyway, or so I thought. She also kept the couch I'd bought, the TV, and pretty much everything else because it would be too hard to divide everything up. I took my clothes, my gaming setup, and my dignity. Here's where it gets interesting. The day after I moved out, she posted on Instagram, "Life's too short to settle for less than you deserve. New chapter, know your worth." Her friends ate it up. Comments about "Yas Queen" and "finally putting yourself first" flooded in. My phone buzzed with messages from mutual friends asking if I was okay. I said I was fine. Because I was. See, what Jessica didn't know, what she never bothered to ask about, was what I actually did for work. She knew I worked in tech, and that was enough for her. She saw it as a stable, boring job that paid the bills while she pursued her real passions. She never asked about the projects I was working on, never asked why I sometimes had calls with people in different time zones, never noticed the second laptop I kept in my backpack. For 3 years, I'd been building something on the side. Nothing flashy, nothing that would impress her or her Instagram followers. Just a small software solution for a very specific problem in logistics management. Boring stuff. The kind of thing that makes good money, precisely because it's too boring for most people to care about. 2 days after her Instagram post, I finalized the sale of my software to a larger company. Not life-changing money, but enough to make the next few years very comfortable. Enough to realize that maybe I'd been settling too. I screenshot her post and shared it on my own Instagram with the caption, "Couldn't agree more," along with a photo of a symbolic resignation letter I'd written up. "Dear past relationship, after 4 years of dedicated service, I've decided to pursue other opportunities that better align with my values and goals. My last day was Tuesday. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Sincerely, David." Petty? Maybe. Satisfying? Absolutely. The post blew up in our friend circle. Suddenly everyone wanted to know what happened. Jessica texted me within an hour. "Jessica, seriously? You're going to be childish about this?" "Just agreeing with your wisdom. Take it down." "Why? I thought we weren't settling anymore." She called. I didn't answer. She called again. Still didn't answer. Then the real messages started. "Jessica, can we talk?" I didn't mean for things to end badly. David, please. I heard about your company thing. Why didn't you tell me? There it was. Update 1. So it's been a few weeks since my post, and things certainly escalated. First, some context I left out. When Jessica and I were together, we shared a lot of bills. I paid rent and utilities. She covered groceries and subscriptions. Seemed fair since I made more. What I didn't mention was that I also had her as an authorized user on my main credit card. She needed to build her credit after school, and I figured why not help? Guess who forgot to have her removed from that card? Yeah, this genius. I didn't realize it until my credit card statement arrived at the end of the month. I saw a $400 charge at Nordstrom. Then another for $200 at some fancy restaurant downtown. And a few more. The girl had gone on a celebratory shopping spree on my dime, racking up about $1,100 in charges after she had dumped me. My first call was to the credit card company to have her immediately revoked as an authorized user. My second thought was that I could have disputed the charges, but the truth is, as the primary account holder, I was on the hook for them, arguing it would be a messy, prolonged headache. But where's the fun in just letting it go? I paid the bill to protect my own credit score. Then I drafted a polite but firm email to Jessica. I attached a PDF of the itemized statement with her post-breakup charges highlighted. The email was short and sweet. Hi Jessica, hope you're well. Attached is a summary of charges made to my account after our relationship ended. Please remit the total of $1,100 within 15 business days. Let me know if you have any questions. Best, David. I sent it. The response was not an email. It was a screaming phone call. What the heck did you do? I sent you a bill. Why? You can't do that. I was an authorized user. You were, and you used the card after we broke up. You spent the money so you can pay it back. This is ridiculous. What's ridiculous is thinking you could go on a shopping spree with your ex-boyfriend's money. Pay me back, or my next step is small claims court. It's a simple debt collection. The paperwork's easy. You wouldn't. Try me. She hung up. The next day, I got a call from Richard. Freaking Richard. Hey man, I think there's been a misunderstanding. No misunderstanding. She owes me $1,100 and I intend to collect it. Come on. You're going to ruin her financially over some hurt feelings? I'm not ruining anything. I'm collecting a debt. She did that to herself when she decided my credit card was her personal slush fund. But hey, at least she was ambitious about it, right? He tried to play the nice guy angle for a few more minutes. I stayed firm. He eventually got frustrated and hung up. But the credit card thing? That was just the appetizer. See, while all this was happening, I received an email from our old apartment's property management company. It was a generic notice addressed to both of us about upcoming parking lot maintenance. I was about to delete it when I realized something. If they were emailing me, my name must still be on their official records. I called the office, feigning confusion. Hi, I'm just calling to confirm I've been removed from the lease at apartment 4B. My ex-girlfriend was supposed to have handled it. A few clicks later, the woman on the phone replied, No, sir. Our records show you are both still listed as co-tenants on the active lease agreement. Jessica had told me she was the only one on the lease. I'd been too trusting to verify, which meant I had just as much right to that apartment as she did. And according to Section 8.4 of our lease, if one tenant vacates without formally modifying the agreement, they're still liable for their portion of the rent, but they also retain all their rights as a tenant. Interesting. I didn't do anything with this information yet. Just filed it away for later. Update 2. I sat on the lease information for another week. I wanted to see how this would play out. During that time, more interesting facts emerged. My buddy Joseph, who still lived in the complex, became my unofficial spy. Not that I asked him to. He just enjoyed the drama. According to him, Richard's car was there every night. They were loud, lots of ambition apparently. Jessica had been telling people I was basically homeless after the breakup. She was also claiming I'd been financially dependent on her. That last one was rich, considering I had Venmo receipts showing I'd sent her $1,400 a month for rent for the past 2 years. But the best part? Joseph sent me a photo of a noise complaint notice on her door. Apparently, our old neighbor Thomas wasn't the only one tired of her late-night activities. That's when I decided to execute phase 2. I called the property management office and scheduled a routine maintenance request for the apartment. I said I was concerned about a slow leak under the sink that I'd noticed before I'd gone on a business trip and wanted someone to check it out. No problem, Mr. David. We have a key on file if no one is home. Actually, I'll be in town Thursday. I can let them in myself. Perfect. How's 10 a.m.? Works for me. Thursday morning, I showed up at my legal apartment with the maintenance guy. Used my key, walked in to find Richard's clothes everywhere. His shoes by the door, his laptop on the kitchen table. The maintenance guy looked confused. Thought you moved out? Nope. Legally, I still live here. Jessica came out of the bedroom in Richard's t-shirt. The look on her face was priceless. What on earth are you doing here? Getting the sink checked. Hi, Richard. He appeared behind her in boxers. You can't just... Actually, I can. I pulled up the lease on my phone. See? Co-tenant, never formally removed, which means I'm still a legal resident until the lease ends or we formally modify it. Her face went white. Richard looked baffled. This is insane, she finally sputtered. Is it? Hey, maintenance guy, the sink is right through there. While he worked, I took a calm tour of my apartment. I noticed my couch had a new stain. My TV had a crack in the corner. You know, I said conversationally, damage to the property is taken out of the security deposit. Our security deposit, the one we'll split when the lease ends, assuming there's any left. Get out. Can't make me leave my own apartment. But hey, I'm reasonable. Let's go to the leasing office right now. We can sign the papers to formally remove me. Just need you to pay me back for my half of the security deposit. That's $1,100. She stared at me. I don't have that right now. Then I guess I remain a co-tenant, and I'll need a key. Richard finally spoke up. This is harassment, man. Is it? I'm overseeing maintenance in my legal residence. What is a lease violation, though, is having an unauthorized occupant. How many nights have you stayed here this month, Richard? The limit for guests is 14. The maintenance guy finished up, said the sink was fine. I thanked him and we left together. As I was leaving, I added, oh, and Jessica? I'll be scheduling regular maintenance checks, as is my right. See you around. The text started before I even got to my car. Jessica, this is psychotic. Me, this is legal. Jessica, I'll call the cops. For what? Entering my own apartment with a key I'm entitled to have? Please just stop. Pay me for the credit card bill and the security deposit and sign the lease removal form. Then I'm gone. I told you I can't right now. Then I'll see you next week for the AC filter change. She called crying. I didn't answer. She left a voicemail begging me to be reasonable, talking about how we'd loved each other once. Cruel? I paid her way for 2 years, supported her dreams, got dumped for not being ambitious enough, then got used for her shopping spree. But sure, I'm the cruel one. Update 3. So it's been 2 months since everything started, and I need to tell you how this all ended because honestly, I couldn't have scripted it better if I tried. After the lease confrontation, things got quiet. Jessica was presumably trying to scrape together $2,200, $100 for the credit card, the $100 for the deposit buyout. Richard's car was seen less frequently. Then I got an unexpected call from Susan, Jessica's mom. David, I'm sorry to bother you, but I need to know the truth. Did Jessica really use your credit card after you broke up? Yes, she did. That foolish girl. I didn't raise her to be like this. Her father and I have been hearing her version of events, but things weren't adding up. Then her sister let slip about a big shopping spree. I'm sorry this is affecting your family. Don't you apologize. You were good to her. Better than she deserved, apparently. 2 days later, I got a text from Jessica. Jessica, I have the money. For the credit card and the deposit, my parents are helping me. Glad to hear it? Wednesday at 2 p.m. for the lease paperwork? Fine. We met at the property management office. She looked rough, stressed, bags under her eyes. Richard was with her, trying to look intimidating in his scrubs. She transferred me the money. We signed the paperwork. I was removed from the lease, cleared of any future liability. As I signed the last page, Richard couldn't help himself. Hope you're happy, man. You really did a number on her. I looked up. I moved out when asked. I requested repayment for a debt she created. I exercised my legal rights as a tenant. Which part was doing a number on her? You know what you did. Be specific. He couldn't. Jessica finally spoke, her voice quiet. Can we just get this over with? We finished. I was officially free. As we left, she stopped me. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. For what specifically? Everything. The way I ended things. The money. The lies. Okay, that's it? Okay? What do you want me to say? It's done. I did love you. You loved the stability I provided. There's a difference. I walked away and honestly felt nothing. Just free. But the universe had one more gift. 3 weeks later, Joseph sent me a text. Dude, you need to see this. It was a photo of an eviction notice on Jessica's door. The official pay or quit kind. I called him immediately. What happened? Bro, it's been a mess. Apparently she couldn't afford the rent on her own, especially after paying you back. She was late last month, and now this month too. But her nursing job, heard her hours got cut. Something about performance issues, calling out too much because of stress. The landlord, already annoyed by the noise complaints and the co-tenant drama, had no patience for late rent. The eviction process was underway. The last update came from an unexpected source, Richard's ex, who reached out via Instagram. Hey, I know this is weird, but I wanted to thank you. Seeing your posts about what happened gave me the courage to recognize the pattern. He did the same thing to me, called me unambitious, left me for someone more driven, and leached off them. You helped me realize I wasn't crazy. Last I heard, Jessica was evicted and had to move back in with her parents. Richard disappeared, probably looking for his next ambitious host. The apartment management company was pursuing her for breaking the lease term and damages. Me? I'm doing great. The software sale gave me enough cushion to take time off. I'm traveling. Nothing fancy, just seeing places I always wanted to visit. Dating casually. Living without someone constantly telling me I'm not enough. Funny thing about ambition. Jessica was so focused on climbing some imaginary ladder that she didn't notice the ground crumbling beneath her. She confused stability with stagnation, contentment with complacency. She wanted someone more driven. She got Richard, who drove himself right into her life and then right back out when things got hard. Meanwhile, I'm sitting in a cafe in Prague, writing this update on my laptop, living off passive income from a boring software solution I built while she was studying with Richard. Turns out I had ambition all along. I just didn't feel the need to perform it for Instagram. Life's too short to settle for less than you deserve. Couldn't agree more, Jessica. Couldn't agree more.